be up to and how to deal with it. Meanwhile, Roma,
this
you
is
come back
wild.
through the curtain, fresh from your conversation with Arnie and Jin, having acquired 20 silver. 20 silver heavier now. Good job.
Yeah.
That's just
Disappearing.
that's two quid pro quo rows right there. That's two of them. Just keep that in mind.
Exactly. I mean, depending on how this revenge plot pans out, because I think she might try and do the money thing before, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
So you come back in, and Dolly seems to have an eye on you.
She just kind of like sits down on the floor, like crisscrossed. Just kind of goes, "I don't know what just happened."
Oh, you
What
don't
did
know
happen?
what just happened?
No, I don't. No.
Describe it. Maybe we know what's going on.
Oh no, I know for a fact you know. You could hear it. Obviously, I was 2 feet away. So apparently, you've got a date with Arnie. I don't know how I feel about that.
My oh my! How unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I will say, in some defense of him, he has been getting better.
That's true.
I just don't know if he's good yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I sort of panicked. Yes.
Well,
that in person in real life kind of felt bad. So.
If you don't actually want to go, I'm sure we can think of some plausible excuse.
Oh no, I'll go. I said yes, so I'll go. Give him a chance, I suppose. He didn't stink of cologne like he normally does, so this is progress.
Don't let him do anything you don't want to do. Bite his face off for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I could haunt his dreams if you want.
Oh, that'd be splendid. Thank you.
Normal girls' night talk.
I mean,
I don't know. I've just never had any. Well, I have had people romantically interested, but never asked me before.
You had romantic interest, or they had romantic interest in you. Those are two different things.
Oh, in me, I've never really for anyone else. Everyone always seems to find me annoying after a period of time. I don't know why.
You say that, but you say you've never entertained romantic interests?
Not really. I was more concerned about making friends. I was a bit of a loner before, so, Gianna, but that was about it.
Well, it certainly seems like you have an abundance of them now.
Yeah,
Just
that was
as he
great.
continues sketching on Dahlia's arm.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. It's my dream come true. Without all the murdering and god fighting and cursed dog. But,
What
mean
weird
to
times
tell
we
me-
live in.
you're
Very
trying
much
to
so.
tell me you don't like having your life risked every 5 minutes?
I mean, I can do with a bit of downtime. That time we went shopping was very fun.
And now we have a lakeside camp.
Yeah, we went swimming, I fought for a hat. Oh, by the way, you guys need to help me try and sneak this into Jin's bag later. When we leave.
Might I see it?
Oh, yeah, over here. She holds out, the money, in her palm, look what I got.
Do you want absolute deniability on this?
Oh, that I took it back?
That you're giving it back, yes.
Of course.
Absolute
I wanted-
deniability.
Well, I might want an inkling to know that he gave it back. I
Then
gave it back.
consider it done.
Oh, thank you.
She
Oh,
walks
really,
over
so-
to the edge of the curtain and holds out the coin into the darkness, and a hand emerges from it, and she drops into Nibble's hand, and he disappears.
Talia gives Roma a look as he was doing this, you wanted me to help you sneak something? Me?
I was talking to the group, and then she'll just sort of hat. She doesn't want to shout, but she'll just sort of do kind of, thanks, Nimble. And thank you, Eva.
I'm sure Nimble is frustrated at his talent being put to such mundane uses, but it keeps his skill set active.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it nonetheless.
I used to feel that when I was younger, when I was told to make real simple things.
It's all about
Oh,
the
yeah?
fundamentals, though, isn't it?
That's what my father always says.
Actually, funnily enough, that's what my teacher always told me too. Always learn the basic steps.
Then you can go from there.
Exactly. As a foundation, right?
Most important part.
Mm-hmm. really useful when trying to learn how to do the sword. Funnily enough.
And done. I think this is everything. Dahlia. She holds up a mirror.
Dahlia was about to ask.
I guess she holds the mirror as you like maneuver yourself to
Yeah.
get like the right perspective on it.
Yeah. I don't know what it would look like. Like, I know what her face would look like. And that's about it.
We don't need to worry too much on the sketch and everything, all the process. We know what the outcome will look like, so.
Well, what I'm saying is I am going to adjust like her arms a little bit because you mentioned something on her arms, and I hadn't thought of that, and I'm absolutely open to the idea. So
yeah, well, whatever you see
fit. But she probably would have something along her shoulder blades too, her back.
Ooh.
There's lots of space to work with, right? So
yeah,
like tattoos, basically.
Yeah.
All to your liking.
She like tilts her head back and forth, looks around. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I mean, personally, I would have added a little bit extra flair over here, or maybe here, or maybe a bird of prey or something, but I think it looks very much like you.
Is that not that a good idea for me?
No, I just think what you've gone for is good. For me, I would add an eagle, but that's just me.
I'm going to describe it in a minute, but or I was going to say I was going to describe it. I was just going to send you a picture of the sketch that I have. But basically, her face, like the top half of her face, is going to look like a skull.
Oh shit! Okay.
You showed it to me, right? You haven't made any changes to that since you last showed it to me.
No, I'll let me resize. No, not resize. Crap. How do I? Just because the outfit isn't accurate anymore. Here we go. Save options. Save. And I'll send it in Artnook because everyone's gonna see it once she leaves the curtains.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more. Crash, I'll send it to you before confirming, obviously. But there's, like you said, along her arms. There's gonna be something on her back. But it's pretty much just gonna be.
Ooh. Oh, she got highlights as well, the little tufts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that some of the tufts are colored already, but she probably would have just had more colored.
I'm so excited.
That's very cool. I like that.
For this to drop, it's gonna you're gonna match with tier 2 Edelweiss.
And this is all gonna be colored in, right?
Yes, it will. You see Eva eyeing one of the containers that she's prepared with a bit of a not forlorn expression, but like a dang it, like a peeved way.
What's wrong?
Well, I was going to use some of this, and she like uses like a makeshift little whisk or whatever, like the equivalent like a stick, and sort of like pulls a bit of it out to show like the viscosity and coloration of it. I was going to use some of this to fix my roots, but I think with all that's going on you, it's going to be used up. She puts it back, does it just his way to hand. It's fine. When we get to the next town, when we ever have a moment, I can resupply.
Let me contribute to that, please.
We'll see if I even need to pay for it.
You can maybe try and, I mean, how thick do you want the, it's like lines and patterns, or this pattern, right? It's not like big blocks of colour apart from the face, right?
Yeah, I imagine. I don't have anything in mind yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's just line work for the most part, I don't think we'll be using that much. Maybe.
She's got a big head. No.
I was saying, a lot of it is going to be used on your face, so that's going to be
going
to be its own like the major drain on it.
Well,
Again, it's fine.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, that we had the opportunity, maybe a few highlights, maybe for your gal.
For you?
No, for Dahlia.
She looks to you, Dahlia.
Dahlia's unfamiliar with. I don't imagine she'd know what highlights are, like the term.
Probably not, actually. Yeah.
They probably wouldn't refer to it as anything other than like. I don't even know what they would call it.
It's like adds texture to your hair. It makes it bouncier, fuller. It adds a bit of color in the middle, so it's not just one block of color. Know what I mean? So
stuff
people
isn't like permanent. Like if I can like cut it out, right? If I don't.
I mean, it will grow out, yes, eventually. And sometimes it fades over time if it's Eva said, if it's a brighter color.
If you think it would look good, I trust you.
Okay, fantastic.
Don't go crazy.
Oh, I already have. Let's go.
Eva pulls out her disguise kit to contribute to any highlighting efforts. I'm not gonna roll for it.
I don't have any idea what you mean by that. By highlights.
Really?
I on Dahlia? Like, I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, no, like the little tufts of hair she had at the back, like in the drawing.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought so.
like
I thought so, but I was like, what?
No, not over the whole freaking body, because that would just look weird. But,
Oh yeah, no, that would.
Yeah, she sort of got it in the drawing there, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna roll for Eva, because it would be a bit weird for me to use a roll to determine if your art changes or not. So we're not gonna do any rolling. It just takes time.
Yeah. Imagine like Roma's either like humming some really happy tune that she's finally getting, like, oh my god, she's gonna look pretty after this. Or
Eva definitely uses you as like an assistant, like an aesthetician. That's the term, even though it's hard to say. Yeah, not aesthetician. Yeah,
right, beauty person.
aesthetic plus ition. Yeah, like an assistant. She. Both of you roll me insight.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Ooh.
Nice.
Eva has done this a good amount of times, but near always on herself. So when she does it, it's like a bit more of a, well, literally a disguise, right? But you guys can see as she's working on you, Dolly, she does get a bit of joy out of just doing this in a leisurely manner. She puts a bit of fun flair to it, especially when she's egged on by Roma.
Yeah.
Probably definitely like, yeah, it's probably one of the more normal times you guys have ever seen Eva.
Aww.
I like that.
Girl time.
Yeah, much like Roma's like talking their ears off as well at the same time, like.
Yeah, Eva chimes in, being a bit of a know-it-all, I guess. Well, she's knowledgeable. I don't know about know-it-all, but yeah, she chimes in with her own comments. Whatever it is you guys gab about.
Yeah, Dahlia offers what she can when she can, but she never really had the girl experience. Not in the same way. I imagine she talks about, and she probably brings up the fact that she taught her niece how to swim because of today.
That would explain your pension with Ace.
Oh yeah. Oh, very
Don't
good with you.
tell anyone else that I said this, but it's surprisingly interchangeable between pups of my kind and pups of the four-legged kind.
The secret's safe with me.
Right. Was not expecting that, but sure.
I mean, they both flail like a lot.
I think anybody flails a lot. Do you know how I learned how to swim? I was shoved into the sea.
That's similar to how I was taught. Not the sea, though.
I ended up tripping.
You learn or you die. Certainly has its
Pretty much.
effectiveness.
That's how the boss always did it. Anyway.
Might I ask, Roma? What are your intentions with Ani?
I don't know. See where it goes, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Just... I don't know. Like I said, it's new to me, I guess. If it works, fine, but... like you said, he is better. We'll see.
Might I give you some advice? Albeit, I have no romantic experience of my own. But I've done plenty of reading on it. Yes, I am a psychopathic spy, sue me. But she stops as she's like working on you, Dahlia, and turns to you, Roma. Have fun with it. I'm not saying lead him on like a toy, but if you have fun, then that's all that matters. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out.
That's good, thank you. I was going to be upfront if that makes everything clearer, but Thank you. I'll try.
I think you
I
would
do
both
like
be
wine.
quite suited for upfront conversations, the two of you.
I don't think that's true in the slightest, but I appreciate you saying it.
You don't think so?
You have a certain bluntness to you. He has a certain bluntness to him. I'm not advocating for you going with Ani. I'm just simply stating facts and observations.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be so.
And don't lie, you're not the only one under interrogation right now. She says she grabs particularly tightly grabs a section of your hair, Dahlia. What about you, Dahlia?
What
I've
do you
noticed me
mean?
going over to talk to Tal, the psychopath he is. What's the reason?
Yes.
He does alchemy, and I am interested. Sue me.
So does everybody else. Oh, well, not everybody else, but so does so many other people we've met.
Like Ani.
And?
Oh, shut up. Not about me.
I
So-
can't deny that Tal has a certain mysticism about his quiet nature. He's going to train me on whenever he makes the time to on some ranger things.
Oh. That would be cool.
I'm afraid he doesn't even remember it himself yet, though, so might be a while.
Well, I was gonna say, I think as Evo was saying that he's gonna train her later, Dahlia probably not second-handedly. What's the word? Like without thinking of it, just goes, "You like I know." Like she's thinking about it now too.
Okay. Eva's a psychopath, so she definitely catches that. You know, do you?
Well, I talked to him earlier, so yes, I know.
She doesn't do anything specific or auspicious, but she does look at you, Roma, with like a corked eyebrow, like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's kind of giving a bit like, yeah, see you, girl.
Right. She continues working on you. And what did you two talk about?
Well, you just mentioned that you had asked him about ranger stuff.
Don't tell me I was the only subject you guys talked about.
No, we talked about alchemy. I found out what was tying your shoes, Roma. She
did?
she grins.
Who was that fucker? She like holds like I suppose a stick or paintbrush, whatever, like a weapon. Like, who was the fucker?
I do what she says. You're a captive audience right now, Dahlia.
I have a weapon. I will smudge.
No, please.
I will smudge.
Dahlia wasn't afraid until you said I will smudge. Then she's like, wait, please.
Yeah, that was an actual threat. That wound will live with you for a bit. Yeah, that's a good point.
On display for the masses.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you, but put it down.
Alright, the weapon is down. The weapon is down.
Before you do this, what happened? I wasn't in the camp. What happened?
Somebody kept tying my shoelaces together. It was first when I got up and I ate shit coming out of the cart.
She just
Second time,
round her
I-
face.
oh, so bad. I thought my nose was grazed. I was about to cry.
Was it Francis pranking you? It sounds so juvenile.
Well, that's what we thought, but I don't think he was awake at that point, was he?
I don't think he was, and he certainly wasn't fast enough. I'm sorry, but
No, because the second time I was sitting down and I never felt a thing, and I was fully awake at that point too.
well,
So I
she was
that.
near me.
Yeah, right.
Now that is interesting.
At first I thought it was some spirit or magical effect or something, but Caradoc said no, so...
Well,
So who was it then? She says, looking at you.
Right.
a shadow.
A shadow.
A shadow. Right, prefer to get
Sneaky
smudged.
cat.
No. Come on.
I'm not lying, please.
Roma, roll me an insight check, and Dahlia, roll me a persuasion check. It is a stacked thing, so we add them together to see if you go across the.
Oh, well, I mean...
Please.
You're so close.
Do you think Dahlia has advantage because she's desperate for this to be believed?
Fair. Yeah, roll one more time for Dahlia's persuasion.
Oh, come on. I have a
And
mess fingers.
Eva can give Roma a bardic.
Thank you.
Okay, well, because it's advantage, so It's
Okay.
50. It's like 50-50 on the bardic.
So
Oh,
that,
come on.
and...
No, not that type of inspiration. A bardic inspiration. D8.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just roll the d8. Okay, sorry, I thought meant be
Yeah.
rolling. Okay, yeah, sorry.
He should be so okay.
Woo!
The DC is 25, so you guys were already like 3 away from him.
Oh
even
my
though
god.
even though one of you rolled terribly, but a DC 25 between 2 D20s plus mods is not a hard check. But you almost found it. Regardless of Roma, you're going over to Smudger, and Eva's like, "Wait, Roma, I think she's telling the truth." Although that makes the situation all the weirder.
It does. What? Really? A shadow?
Yeah, it was Fias's shadow. Back up, please.
I wasn't going to smudge you. My God. Better than
You
you
say
may.
that.
Hey, it's a threat that worked, sort of.
Spy is a shadow?
How does that work?
I don't know, but Tal noticed it, and then I noticed it. You can barely see it, especially when it's dark. Getting darker.
Can shadows even do that? Caradoc said there's no magic around the area.
Apparently his shadow can.
Oh.
Well, the fact
What?
that Tao didn't kill it on sight means it can't be that dangerous.
He said not to worry about it.
Not to worry about it, that thing nearly ruined my nose.
You would have survived.
We would have been
No,
able
I
to
think-
fix it. Probably.
Well, if I come in contact with him again, or if he tries any more funny business, I oh, the hell they are going to pay.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Minute knowledge.
man, if they do anything crazy or wild, oh, there's gonna be a trouble. So Baldo's doing something insane
Hard
and
cut
stupid
to
and
a
wild.
shadow grabbing her clothes.
Yeah, hard
Yeah,
cut. No,
go
it's
towards the
either a
fucking
grab
lake.
hard cut to the shadow coming back to the boys. With
Boys,
a
boys,
small pile of clothes accumulated in his arms,
Oh my god.
Oh,
rising up from the
Jesus
ground
Christ.
like that one fucking the old man SCP.
Oh my god.
He
That's horrific.
can
That is-
shadow step.
Quick, someone break their femur.
They don't have one in the shadows.
Where's the beaver? Candace, come here. I have done it. You guys see him? He's done it. He's taken Roman's spare
As
clothing.
a fact, acquired the shit.
Mhm.
I don't imagine those 20 separate pieces of clothing, because like that's a lot. Unless you wear that many belts.
I mean, it is Roma.
She's a rogue.
She's a rogue.
She's a rogue, and it is
Okay,
Roma.
we'll say there are 10.
No,
There are 10 pieces of clothing. That's fair, right?
yeah.
That,
I
that's
imagine like
how
right
she has
now
one
she's
spare extra outfit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably like her old, like she's probably wearing her old blue one just now, and like the green one's in the wash. I think that would probably be fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we counting socks, shoes?
Yeah, for some reason I
Kinda
just assumed that Roma would have more than one outfit on her.
Yeah, that
She
yeah, I
does.
mean, it's Roma, like you know. She's probably got
So-
a bag just for jewelry, like a wee purse just for jewelry or something.
Adorable.
What a little.
So there are like 10 pieces of clothing for this other outfit.
Mhm.
Unincluding shoes, because you guys probably don't carry that many shoes on you when you're adventurous.
No, she's got one.
We'll have to count the socks as separate, but I feel like that's very Ventorian.
Absolutely.
Probably have to-
Yeah,
probably have
yes,
to
I
charge
agree.
extra for the larger articles.
Ah, and that will make up 20 exact. That's good.
I think we're in business.
Yes, I think so as well.
Can I do this? Let me just read this real quick. It must be no larger than a 5-foot cube, so that's 5 feet in any
All directions.
dimension.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, you would definitely have an outfit in 5 feet.
So, it takes a lot of trial and effort, and he is going to have to recast it when she gets here, and have to keep recasting it for every minute. But he's going to minor illusion and almost like uncanny, like somewhat cartoonish looking like clothing stall, like kiosk.
My god.
like an AI generated kiosk.
Oh,
It's
God.
Oh my
walk-
god. So it has like words, but they look like not actually words.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever heard someone attribute like minor relation to AI, and that's wonderful.
That's a pretty good way to describe it. I think.
That is amazing.
A little off
So
everywhere.
with a
That's
few tweaks, like you're playing House Flipper Simulator, you eventually establish a clothing stall. And you see Fire's shadow gleefully clap its hands together, like, yes! This is really good. Oh, your creativity is... Mwah. He does like a chef kiss. That's bad.
I am fueled by spite.
Oh. He puts a hand on your shoulder, Jin, which confirms that he is relatively corporeal.
Yeah.
You, my friend, will be avenged. He does like a fist to his like heart, like, we got you, bro. We got you.
he takes his hand, puts it on top of Fiaz's hand, and gives like a little nod of just like, thank goodness, my heroes.
It feels immensely cool. Not cold, cool.
Weird.
Feel 10 times.
Not like he's holding ice, but just like, I don't know, someone's been outside for a bit too long, their skin's cold. Or outside in the snow.
I imagine like a soothing cold on a hot day. Or they're not
Yes.
cold, cool, sorry.
That's a good way to put it.
Yes, that's a very good way of
Ice
putting it.
pack wrapped in a towel.
Yeah.
Or like you flip your pillow.
Flip your
over
pillow.
gently.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
Well, the cool side of the pillow,
That-
you're right.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. He's
Hold on,
the
cook.
cool Fiaz cooler Fiaz.
Hold on, can I have their tokens?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Are you a spirit of revenge or of pranks?
Do you actually ask him?
He does, because he is kind of curious.
Okay, give
Shadow
me a
of-
sec to send
Yeah, you have business, you have business.
He's everything Fires will never be. We should kill the real fight. No, that's it.
No, then there's not a shadow!
roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
And hit you with one of them at advantage. Scoobity-bop. Scoobity-beep-beep.
24.
It's almost
And
straight.
guidance, because Irina's nearby.
Yeah.
Irina is a bit
Yeah.
wary of this Fiaz. She's sort of not ignoring him, but keeping her distance from him.
Yeah.
And keeping
It's a,
quiet.
one might say, a bit of a cold shoulder.
Cool.
Got
shoulder.
it.
Cool shoulder.
Got
yeah, the compensation is I rolled a 12 on the persuasion, so it probably doesn't work. I got a joke, but...
You have a very good instinct. In a way, yes. In a way, no. I am merely... He rolls his hand at himself. I am merely a side of fires that he does not deign to reveal to all of you at all times. Or most of the time.
Does he know you exist?
I'm surprised he hasn't made his way over here yet.
Do you think that's out of
both
concern or shame?
Both of you roll me insight.
Throw you an insight, my boy. And...
Oh no!
I'm so sorry I stole the roll from you.
Irina's helping you, so...
Thank God!
That's the power of husband and wife!
That's the power of man and wife!
What is that from?
House husband.
How's that?
Okay, it is that.
Now, here's the thing. It would use Fize's deception. He only has a +1.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, that tracked.
Actually, he wouldn't have the guidance, so you would have
Yeah,
beat
he
him with the fucking... Oh, he would. Never mind.
He would have had guidance though. Falk would have had guidance, so he actually would have. Anyways, it isn't relevant. He has succeeded.
Yeah, you curb stomped him.
That one.
There is some element to Shadow Fize when he says like, "I am surprised he hasn't come over here," and all these other following pieces. That how says he sounds like Fize. He carries himself like Fize, but in some of the vernacular, like his vocabulary and his syntax and his maybe that's just a factor of him being a bit more clearly darker and evil than Fiaz and the glee flowing through that. But there's something about him, I just can't quite place it, that doesn't sound like Fiaz. Like there's like it's like a really good AI voice, right? It's like 90% there, but that 10% is catching you guys.
Well, harkening back to that Spherian belief of the shadow I mentioned earlier, the shadow is a part of oneself that they disown. I'm not saying that's what he's doing. He puts his hands up like placatively. But if he knows you exist, maybe he's content to keep you and him separate. But then again, glancing over towards Faiz, is he still? Can I insight to see if he's sort of losing himself in his cooking?
And the moment you want it.
Focusing on it, or has he just not noticed that his shadow's running amok?
Roll me another insight. Advantage because Irina.
Because Irina. 6.
Brother, no.
Alright, spin it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, this situation is quite anomalous.
Okay.
So,
Then
yeah, you don't
In
know.
that case. But that being said, we could call him over here.
Certainly.
Two fingers in his mouth, he whistles for Faiz.
You
Otherwise
whistle
comes
and
running.
Get the. You
Behind
get.
the curtain.
He does that in Faiaz's direction, and everyone like looks over towards Faiaz, but then Edelweiss comes running up behind him, and Falk will say, "Can you get Faiaz for me, please?"
Your horse.
Yes, sir.
So Edelweiss goes and gets Faiaz, and Mina's bros with Faiaz, so she follows Faiaz following Edelweiss and spots this. And gets up and goes over as well. Because that
Yes.
shit ain't normal.
That shit ain't right.
Okay, I need to
That boy ain't right.
reorient people to safe space. Edelweiss leads Faiaz and by extension Mina over. What is it? He says, pointedly ignoring his shadow. Mina, on the other hand, is doing the inverse, pointedly looking at the shadow.
Look between the two pies, look to Mina, like gesture between them, like, right? It's strange, right?
As Faiaz walks over, he crosses his arms, like, not in like a stern, like, what did you do? But in like, actually, he probably tuck them behind his back. That's more of a calm posture. He tucks them behind his back, and his shadow mimics the motion exactly.
Hello, shithead.
Do you know why this is happening? Gesturing towards the shadow.
He closes his eyes and takes a deep, calming breath in as his shadow does the exact same. You guys can see its eyes blip out as it closes its quote-unquote eyelids. I am aware of it. He turns and finally looks at his shadow mirroring the motion, so it looks at him, not looking away from itself.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard stories. He looks at himself up and down. And it seems that they are true. And the fact that they are true means my sister is getting stronger.
Oh.
Yes, she is.
How does this relate to your sister?
Yes, do tell them. His shadow says as it begins dropping into the ground and reassuming its position as his actual shadow. My family, from times long ago, have a connection to the darkness of my homeland, different from the one out here. We do not suffer aberrants and aberrations and outsiders. I do not know why. I know that we do not, though. Our darkness is our shroud, our blanket of security. We travel in the night, away from the heat of the sun. It is different. And my family has always had a connection to this darkness. There are many amongst my family who are... He stops for a moment, thinking how to say it. Many in my family, myself in that number, who are trained to be assassins, peacekeepers of our homeland, paying proper recompense to those that transgress against it. Outsiders as well as our own kin. We are good at it. So connected to shadow we were. My sister, very connected to it. I do not know when or how, but she changed. Thus my pursuit on her now, ordained by my others. My shadow made manifest can only mean one thing. That my family's bloodline is growing darker with shadow. My parents, unfortunately, are gone. None of my extended relatives have the same connection. So there's only one possible suspect as to who is strengthening our connection to the darkness. By the blood of my blood, my connection is made stronger as well. I've thought on other alternatives, other avenues, options. I went off to meditate hours ago, but no matter which angle I approached it at, only my sister's face. That is all I can arrive at. The only other alternative, he says with a dry chuckle, is I have lost kin that I have not met yet, that have an equally rare connection to the shadow.
Doesn't seem very likely, does it?
He shakes his head. No. No, it does not. You'll have to excuse my shadow. I've thought on what he is, what he embodies. Does not take an insight roll to tell that he has arrived at an answer. He just can't bring himself to say it.
He's certainly more mischievous than you are.
He nods. That he is. That he is. I will try to keep him under wraps. Perhaps we can arrive in accord, true to our people.
I don't want to make Fayez say what he's thinking out loud, but could I try to insight what it is the shadow embodies?
Sure, roll insight. At advantage because Irina's helping you. Jin is free to do the same. But Jin will get his own natural advantage.
Nice with the propose that you give to him instead.
Yeah, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say.
And 20. Well, 20's in there.
Hey, nice.
That was so delayed on my end. That was so delayed.
I think I heard the boop.
Yeah, I heard the and 20. I heard you click and I was staring at it, and then like a good 3 seconds passed before it showed up. Also, the first wasn't that one.
Damn. Advantage.
So yeah, Falk, it's you don't know, to be honest. It could be a number of different things. Like you're approaching it from this like psychological shadow id Freud aspect.
I think it was Freud. I think
Jin,
it was a different psychologist.
It was Freud and Carl Jung.
That's
yeah,
what it was. Jungian psychology. That's what it was. That's what I was trying to
so yeah, Falk, you're not quite certain. Jin at a 27. In a way, you have the same element in you. It is. That's a really fucking good roll. It is his connection to his sister that he cannot bring himself to get rid of, even if it means mischief, mayhem, tricks, retribution. You were very spot on in that he has a sense of justice about him. Fayez carries that same sense of justice, but he tempers it with understanding. Whereas Shadow Fayez, eye for an eye.
No. I wonder he was so gung-ho about
Yes.
What, you're telling me we can get revenge on her for fucking you over? Let's go! And ignoring the fact that this all
More
started
so
because
over,
of him.
it was poetic revenge too, which
Oh,
is
absolutely.
even sweeter. So that's what you understand it to be. It is not only his blood connection to his sister, it's a connection to the memory of his sister before she became corrupted.
Right.
A time where old young Fires was probably like this.
Yeah, I was getting the
you guys have
vibe that it was him as a kid.
Yeah, you guys have seen how
Kinda.
boyish Fires is at times.
Hmm.
Like he gets a little kick out of some little cheeky humors here and there. This is him to that. This is that to the 11th degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a thing of, like, part of him knows he has to let go of that, but he can't, because it's all he has left. And Chin couldn't encourage letting go of that because
Yeah.
it'd be hypocritical, and he doesn't believe in it.
Yeah.
It's a comment to bring up to Falk later. He won't say anything. Unfortunately, has insight.
Get my head, man.
I will try to keep him under wraps. Or perhaps
Well,
we'll go have a talk right now.
All things considered, his worst crime so far is tying Jin's hat up in the tree, which is forgivable.
That's
But
in
what
the end, there
Robert
wasn't
did is
big
not.
Oh my god. I feel like danger now.
You're very,
but you
very
have to be
concerned about the
careful.
change of money.
I
Actually,
hope
wait, hold on. This is a
he
noble
will
talking to the
that.
street rat. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I
Ah.
hope he content himself with such juvenile matters.
You have
If
the sense
he
that
is-
it will only get worse over time.
He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. If he is an embodiment of what I believe he is. He opens his eyes, sort of looking at nothing. He holds a different agenda than myself. Translation to the person that rolled a 27. I was a much more different man when I was younger.
Hmm.
Could Garth get a little help on, like, what more specifically his agenda is?
This
it
is
just
very true
help
to
the
a lot
sister?
of people in real life. You'll note that there are a lot more political activists in their college years.
Mhm.
Right.
When you have this like spark of ambition as a up and coming adult, whereas when you get older, that sort of dies out as reality ingrains itself into you. Just as what life is, right? This is the spark of ambition. He has the recklessness of such. Whereas current Fias has experienced and traveled a lot of the world. He has gained a deeper wisdom. This shadow of him has not, and is ready to. He's not literally going to do this, but just for hyperbole's sake, he's ready to burn the world down to be self-righteous.
Hmm.
So again, he's very minded on justice. Current Fias would be mindful of justice, but maybe not want to spend so many lives to get it.
Right.
If you will excuse me, I believe I need to talk to myself.
That would be
Oh,
very
that's-
beneficial.
For what it's worth, Fias. We've seen how you operate. How diplomatic you can be. If there was anyone that you could reach an accord with the easiest, or at least the most thoroughly, it would be yourself.
Actually, you've already done it once.
That I
Kind
have.
of.
Then allow me to repeat the feat. Please, excuse me. Oh, and he gestured back to the campfire. Dinner is ready. Please feel free to serve yourselves.
You're a hero.
I'm a man.
Same thing.